My lord, I bring news from the frontier of war. Captain Kelethon's men have faced an onslaught from the mountain orcs in Lamodon. Both forces were suffering the attrition of a prolonged campaign. None more than Dushrat the Climber's beleaguered orc warband. Their attack being disordered, ultimately falling under the boots and hooves of the Gondorians. Yet, in an act of cruelty, they set ablaze to the town. Those orcs were swiftly brought to justice, however. Gondor strengthened its economy and built a fief mustering hall. Durs Eric then built a war pit for the training of trolls and other cruel creatures. Dusrat the Climber pulls his men back to Durs Eric. He will replenish his forces and raise new banners of war. Kelethon decides to leave the town. He has marched his army into the region of Callambel. This will give him more recruitment options from the fief mustering hall and from Callambel's Gondorian garrison. The town at Lamodon will also upgrade its defences. On the eastern front, the orcs burn and pillage their way through Lebanon. Callambel sends an army in response. The orc horde stops in its tracks. Their army emboldened by war fervour and victory thus far. A horn sounds in Callambel. The beacons are lit. Reinforcements from Dolamroth and other fiefs are ferried up the river Sirill. Callambel prepares to receive warriors from its neighbouring fiefs. Gathering at the fief mustering hall, we have 5 units of pikemen from Swanreach. Heavily armoured, disciplined warriors, devastating against cavalry. 2 units of clansmen of Lamodon, elite heavy-hitting swordsmen, and 2 units of the heavy-hitting axemen of Lossarnach. From the Gondorian garrison, a unit of cav. From Dol Amroth, 6 units of the mighty Swan Knights, the greatest cavalry in the realm. This force of elite fief units must now march its way up the river Sirill to meet with Captain Kelethon's army. They must move with haste. The orcs will not take long to gather their forces. On the Anduin's east bank, Gondor finds itself embroiled with orc incursions into Ithilien. In the Bay of Balfalas, Kobas Haven finds itself surrounded by the corsairs of Umbar. And as storm clouds move in, black sails are seen on the horizon. A fleet of corsairs escorting cruel Easterling mercenaries. They move at speed, looking to outpace the storm and strike the port city before Gondor can marshal its defences and fleets. Terror and surprise is their weapon. The haven is far from defenceless. A lone Gondorian ship appears from the mist. Miraculously, the ship survives, although damaged. The corsairs, unfazed, wildly jump aboard. Fearless, maybe, but outmatched. They are defeated, and the corsair ship succumbs to its damage. At the port of Kobas Haven, some of the corsair landing force has made it through. They must now make it ashore. One of the haven's trebuchets fires upon an Easterling landing barge, sinking it and drowning everyone on board. However, some make it through and begin mounting the dock for attack. Their progress onto the dock is initially slowed, the soaked and sodden wood slippery underfoot. They finally begin to charge the Swanreach pikemen, making short work of the few warriors defending the lower dock itself. Their pikes and halberds will now clash in a brutal melee. The trebuchets, archers and ballistas fire upon the corsair ship, but they are now unable to support the pikemen that are locked in the melee. The battle rages on, and there are losses on both sides. A new unit of Easterling halberds makes its way up towards the dock. However, they are far too late, my lords, for the Swanreach pikemen are winning and begin to envelop them. However, the battle begins to swing back in the favour of the Easterling halberds. A horn is heard, The lone Gondorian ship has returned victorious, smashing into the catapult barge, bringing reinforcements to the dock. Gondorian swordsmen charge to the rear of the Easterling halberds, making short work of them. The last unit is enveloped and ultimately destroyed. A triumphant cheer is heard in the town as the last Easterling falls to the ground. The Corsair ship, badly bloodied, pulls out of the port, defeated. Victory for Gondor this day. My lords, creating an entire world can be challenging. But with the help of a collaboration with Hexton Hills from Gravenguild, my dreams were made manifest, from fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. If you would like to print an entire world of your own, I've left the links in my description. I'd also like to give a massive shout out to Tom Romain and the entire dev team of Dawnless Days. Not only did they create the most amazing mod for Attila Total War, which is a complete Lord of the Rings conversion, they were the inspiration for these videos, they also gave me access to and permission to use their amazing UI overlays. This is in direct response to the feedback from the last video where I used a little bit of AI. There's no more AI. I've also been preparing for the next phase of the campaign, and I've been editing that into a Patreon-only Wizards Workshop video. I did a workshop tour, I had a look at all of the minis that I've got hidden away. I also did a water effects video where I did a waterfall. You also get access to an exclusive Discord. You can also get your name here on the credit roll. Thank you to these guys. Honestly, the support that you give me, the moral support, the motivation, and the amazing projects that they do. We're always talking in the Discord, and it also really, really helps the channel, so thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who does help. And maybe you'd like to go over there and check it out, because at the minute it's getting harder and harder to have a YouTube channel and to run it and to, you know, live a normal life. What is a normal life? So, alright, bye. The Corsairs are forced to loosen their grip on the Bay of Balfalas. To the west, Duzrat the Climber's army has completed its laborious march to the mountain, fatigued but full of anger and vengeance. Their war drums muted and barely audible above the wind of the mountain peak.
"Into the city, you rats!"
screams Duzrat. They begin to recruit, starting with 2 units of Warg riders, a unit of Orc archers, 2 units of mountain Uruks, a second and a third unit of Orc archers. Mighty war trolls. Duzrat has also recruited a new hero, giving him access to goblin mercenaries. In the foul depths of Daz Eric, a siege works has been made. 2 catapults have been built, now manned with trolls and siege engineers of the Orc variety. They now march towards Calimbel, hoping to cut off Gondor's forces before they are reinforced. Their host is mighty, their drums heard for miles around, greatly bolstered by the chittering goblins. However, they are halted at the bridge on the river Sirill. They form ranks near the banks of the river in a rich farmland, a sight that the villagers and farmers of this land have never seen before. Yet, over the river, standing defiant, not only is Gondor ready for them, they are fully reinforced with the fief units. There is a bridge and only a few fording points across the river Sirill, making this a race to hold those choke points, potentially making numbers count for nothing. This is set to be the biggest battle of the campaign so far. Everything stands in the balance. To the victor, they are but a stepstone away from one another's capitals, making this the most decisive battle of the war so far. The battle for Gondor is once again on a knife's edge. My lords, will you join us next time for the Battle of the River Sirill?